me, I was in my late 20s and I really hit a wall. I was physically not doing well. I was having a lot of issues and I was going to the doctors and they were just basically couldn't really figure out what was going wrong with me. And I started to suffer with some depression as well. And it was a very difficult time for me, but it was also a really powerful time because inside of that depression I started to have this kind of inner voice that arose that started to tell me I needed to look in other ways to figure out what was going on with me. And in that I started to research alternative care, and I crossed over into meditation and into yoga. And that was really where I started with all of this, was starting to sit quietly within myself, starting to attend yoga classes and to start diving a little deeper. And from yoga, it just progressively went through all the other therapies that I do now, which is what is so great because now that I offer these things, they're the very things that got me better. So I understand that difficulty when you're stuck. So now I've been doing yoga and being a yoga teacher since about the year 2000, so quite some time. And I'm an advanced master teacher in yoga. I have the highest certification. I can train other people in yoga as well, and I help at the Dragonfly Yoga and part of the teacher training program there. And I travel a little bit and teach workshops in our local area, anywhere from Mississippi towards Panama City. I'm a Reiki master in two traditions, in the Usui tradition and Karuna, which builds off of the Usui system, and I train students in that. I probably have close to about 400 or 500 students that I've attuned over the past. And with Reiki, it's been since 2004, 2005. And since I've moved back to this area, that's been predominantly what I've been doing, is teaching yoga and Reiki. And then in the past 2 years, I've started to learn about theta healing, and that's another form of healing that comes in. And I'm an advanced practitioner in that. And then in the last year, I became certified in doing the angel readings. For me, the angel readings started before even the certification. For me, the certification helped me to explain what was going on inside of that. So it was really, for me, it's probably 13 or 14 years of these combined services. And for me, there's no separation. They all help each other because they're all saying, look within to figure out what's going on with you and change from within. I was actually in this building with some other practitioners, but we were all working separately. And I've really dove into, in the last 3 or 4 years being in this building, and blessings, right? I'm so busy that I really needed to start having some new clients overflow into other people. And so that was really the development of the healing clinic, was to say, instead of us all running individually and nobody really sharing their practices with as many as we can, if we come all together, and we have some other really great therapists in here as well that do other kind of therapies. We have Laura Tyree, who does LED light therapy as well as Jiu-Jitsu and Reiki. We have Caroline, who's also a reader. She does massage, she does Reiki. And now what we can do is offer all of that to more people. That was really the main thing for me, was to be able to serve more people. Because as for me, I'm limited in how many I can see. But if I expand that, right? Now I can have, they may not see me, but they're still receiving the benefits of these therapies through the other strong practitioners we have in here. So the healing clinic really just naturally evolved, and it's come about so easy. It's just like within 6 weeks it opened up, and it's been so well received. You know, and the healing clinic is also kind of the first step that I'm looking towards in the future, is that the healing clinic, we're starting to really educate people on what complementary care is and how it can balance with what they're doing with their doctors, what they're doing outside of here. And then in that is going to move forward into eventually becoming a school of teaching this to people. Because even for myself as a massage therapist, and I train a lot of massage therapists, is learning that we don't have to just work at the physical level. That through the understanding of a mental and emotional and the spiritual components of things, and that's what holistic care does, it looks at the whole of the individual, that we can start helping people at deeper and deeper levels. So we don't have to limit ourselves to just saying, all I do is massage a muscle. But I'm also looking at the underlying component that would have caused that stress that comes in there. So that's my vision going forward, is that this next step is to become the school, to educate more, because that's how we're going to serve more, is by getting more practitioners to be able to also do it with their clients. And that's where I think we're really at the cusp of that, really. And people are so open right now. They're really searching for a way to come into a place where they're naturally healing. And that's really the whole thing about these holistic cares. It's not about putting something foreign in your body, but it's about awakening the part within you that knows how to be well.